The views expressed on this podcast are based on a satirical view of the subject matter. Please extract the posterior probing device before listening. Now, pick yourself up by your ridiculously enlarged prostate and let's get the episode started.
Big O! It's showtime!
This is an Tempest universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
I know it's just Wednesday, but for fuck's sake, I am so beat down. This has been a rough week all around. And you might be able to hear it in my voice, as a matter of fact. I actually woke up at 2 a.m. and I've been awake ever since. Just because all this work that you have, that you got to do all week, and it doesn't seem to let up. Welcome to the Tempest Universe. And I know you guys are, you're ready for Friday. Not just Friday morning, Friday at noon, Friday afternoon, where you can kick off your shoes, grab your favorite beer or drink, and get ready for the weekend. I'm there with you. It's been a crazy week. And that's the way it's been ever since the lightening or the easing of the pandemic restrictions. You know, it's like everybody get your ass back to work. Now, strangely enough, the country of India is having some serious problems with the pandemic. Good old coronavirus. Damn, that thing does just not want to go away. It's freaking maddening that this thing could possibly make a resurgence. It's like, why even bother? And then the government's talking about getting booster shots. Yeah, you just got shot up twice, once. You know, if you got the one shot, you got a whole lot of other stuff along with it. But if you got the double shot, you might still need a booster come the fall. And that's some shit. Wonder how long the line's going to be for that. Anyway, I'm your host, Manny. And by the way, if you haven't looked at the description for any of the podcast episodes, you can go in there and you can join Discord. That's where you find what we like to call in this neck of the woods, the Asgardians, who are right now, live right now on Spreaker. For some reason, these guys know where to find me. That is Spreaker.com. You can get on here live and chat with the Asgardians as I do the podcast. And most of the time, they don't have very favorable words for me regarding the music. But that's just the way it goes. Come on. Like Dre's hits from last Monday. Come on, they were fantastic. You guys know you loved it. I know you did. So what's up to Dre, Green Man, The Norm? I know GameVid is out there as well. He mentioned he was waiting for this, waiting for a podcast show. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. We got a weird set of stories for today. They two of them kind of go together. One of them is like way out there, and you can't really help it, can you? I mean, this is just nuts. Ufology is going crazy. Space is going even more nuts. And we're just here, just holding the baggage. Find out who's going to win this race. And to be honest, let's just say this. Come June, we're not going to be any closer to an answer. But maybe more people would be a bit more woke, as they say, to the idea that we could have a UFO situation. There could be some issues in our skies. But we'll see. We'll see what these reports say. Now, the one thing I got to tell you guys, if you're new to the podcast, I do like to play music in between every story that's related to either space, to UFOs, Bigfoot, cryptids, whatever it is. And sometimes we have weird news, which I haven't found too much of because every other piece of news is fucking weird. Like the last one that happened just recently. The cyber terrorists attacking the damn pipeline, oil pipeline. What the hell? Really? I mean, really? What the hell? I mean, there is no end to what evildoers will do. Freaking nuts. Completely nuts. But that just tells us how shitty our cybersecurity is. So, oh well, what can you do? Wait for the next attack, and hopefully it won't be as bad. That's all I got to say about that. So we're going to get started because we got, like I said, 4 to go. Some of them are pretty short, but it's more like food for thought. Things to think about, especially the first 2, because this is a very near future. This is not even, you might really think about this as, oh, this is like a long time from now. No, this is happening soon. Coming to a space near you. Check this out. You guys can blame the lack of sleep on that song, because honestly, I don't even remember picking it. That's how bad it is. And the guys were saying it sounded like video games or chips, the effeminate kind. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means. But let's get on to the first news article for tonight. You know, a lot of people took good old Trump as a joke. You know, he did a lot of stupid shit. Listen, I can admit it. He did a lot of dumb shit, especially through Twitter and social media. But listen, there was something he did that is slowly working, growing, and building upon itself. And A lot of people don't pay attention to it, just like they don't pay attention to UFOs. You know, Space Force right now is seeking bids for rocket engines and space transportation technologies. This is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. You guys who think that the new branch of the military is sleeping on the space situation, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be shocked and awed when that TR-3B shows up over your neighborhood. You really are. I mean, you're going to be caught by surprise, I'm telling you. Since May 11th, the Space Horse. It will be that kind of night, I promise you. Since May 11th, Space Force issued 3 requests for industry proposals on technologies that the military apparently believes it will need to reach space and to operate spacecraft in orbit. Now, I thought they had this big deal with SpaceX to use the Starship as some of its first vehicles. I don't get it. And my other thing is, why the fuck would you need a big-ass Starship in space? That just makes no sense to me. But that's what they're doing. They're basically looking for proposals. Now, this is a quick turnaround. Don't think that they're looking at decades down the road. The proposals are due by June 10th. Less than a month. They want some companies out there, contractors, to actually propose how they're going to meet these technology needs because they need to get their asses in space ASAP. I mean, really, why have a Space Force if they're just sitting in some chair somewhere in Virginia or Florida just pushing pencils around? So, yeah, they need to make their presence known. So they got these contracts open. Now, the funny thing is that what they're looking at is a next generation rocket. So they're looking for something like really, advanced. Not some Johnny come lately from, China. No. They're not looking to drop shit in the Maldives. They're not looking to drop shit in South Africa. They want a new rocket system because they're going to be chasing fuckers all around the planet. I'll be honest with you. That's the plan right now. Because you don't get those funky cool suits for nothing. What they're looking at is that they're going to be really flexible in trying to acquire these new technologies, but they want to move forward extremely fast. What they're looking for is enhancements to their rocket technology, and by September 2021, they're looking to approve all of these and also look for some of those contractors to show them space maneuverability in orbit by early 2022. Now, these are when they're looking to see something put together for them to approve. This is freaking crazy. This is nuts. This is really, I mean, where the hell is Elon? Where is he right now? I mean, he's got to get in on this. Now, this doesn't mean that SpaceX probably is not going to get on it, but let's be honest. SpaceX kind of has their hands full right now, right? They just landed SM-15 and they're trying to shoot the damn thing up again. Fascinating and interesting. Let's see if they can make that happen without the blue pill, but we'll see. We'll see. So Space Force is moving forward, and they're moving forward quick. So anyone that thought that this was a joke, that this so-called space branch of the military, the armed forces of the United States, was not going to take off anytime soon, you're mistaken. But the question is, why do they need to move so fast? What's really going on in space that we don't know about? And is this acceleration somehow tied to the upcoming report, which may not even make it in June? Is there something really out there that we need Space Force? What the fuck is it with me saying Space Horse? We need Space Force to be armed and ready with new technologies to defend us from what? What is it? What's out there? Will we know? No. Will we know in June? Not really. Will we know in 2022? Probably not. But we'll see. We'll see what this report has to say and whether or not it ties to the fact that Space Force is moving quick. Now, the other thing is that back in 2017, now keep in mind that Trump just recently, a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, signed this whole Space Force thing. They put it all together. But back in 2017 was when the Air Force created a conglomerate called SPEC. SPEC is there to attract startups to commercial companies from the space industry in order to bid on military projects. Fascinating, huh? There's more than 500 companies and contractors that are actually building prototypes for these military contracts. So it's not just SpaceX, it's not just Bezos and all the big names. There's a lot of companies out there who are trying to get in on the action, and you never know. Somebody you know that works for some of these smaller contractors may be part of the future of Space Force in one way or another. It's a crazy story, and the fact that they're moving so fast is amazing to me. There's more about SPEC within this article in case you want to get familiar with the ins and outs of how some of these contractors get their bids in and probably even win one of these 3 requests to build the future of Space Force. It's fantastic. The link is in the description. Check it out. Check this out. That song had such a great message, didn't it? Tying into the last story, is war in space inevitable? Think about it, for fuck's sake. Are you serious? Could you imagine if, like one of those big countries, China, if someone else bumped into one of their satellites, blew it the fuck up into smithereens, let's say, and they lose like half of their television that they control the entire country? That's war. That is reason to go to war. Could it be possible that all this stuff going into space could create the next space war? I mean, shit, it could be a world war, right? You could start that shit in space and it'll end up down here on the terrestrial lands. It is very possible. So there's a space.com article that kind of went around asking people who are professionals at this, whatever the fuck it is. Who the hell is a professional at space war right now? I don't know. But anyway, they went around asking like professors and, smarty pants what they think about. Is it possible that all this heading into space, like Russia wanting to build their own space station, also China also working on that as well, and then Igor Asherbelly and his no goodness going up there into space as well with another space station, could this cause some problems? Could you imagine two of those damn things just colliding with each other? Jeez Louise. That would start some shit, I guarantee you. But they went around and they were asking these guys, basically, what do you think? One person they asked about this situation was Mark Gubrud. Say that 4 times. From the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, adjunct assistant professor. And his thing was, fuck, we're already at war, dudes. Yeah, we are. And why does he say that? Because apparently a lot of countries run what he likes to term, or maybe it was the article that said that, was a past interference. He says warfare in space is happening right now because you have satellites that jam other satellites. You have lasers. You have freaking satellites that are taking pictures of different places in enemy territory. You even have satellites that aid in hacking, eavesdropping, stealing data. So war right now in space it's going on. But what people fear is that it's going to get past the point of just using technology, but you're going to have things like robots shot up into space or attacking drone satellites, going after spy satellites, and then you have SpaceX riding a silver phallus from Elon Musk, and there you go. You put a Space Force sticker on that thing, we've got problems. He says that the fact is that the war is happening right now. It's silent war. It's all based on technology. But eventually, the shit's going to hit the fan. Because there's many countries, many governments who are creating anti-satellite technology. So shit's going to go down eventually. Is it going to happen now? Are they going to wait till all of the Starlink satellites are up there and start blowing those things up one by one like Space Invaders? Who knows? One of the things that Mark Gubrud points to is maybe the loss proposition could possibly keep, countries from blowing each other up in space. And that is basically, if you blow up a satellite or, some other equipment, you're going to cause a debris field. That debris field could kill off the rest of your own satellites. And then what are you going to do then? You're losing probably way more than what you're gaining by attacking another satellite. I don't think so. I don't even feel it. I mean, let's be honest. If you're like a small country, let's say you're South Korea, and you threw up a satellite just because you want to monitor, traffic or communication over your country, and somebody like China, you bumped into the satellite and you blow the thing up to pieces. You're fucked. You really are. China's going to start some shit on you. So no. Vice versa, a small country could use one of their, shitty CubeSats to maybe take out some bigger country's satellite because they know they're being spied on. There's no loss there. It looks like we're headed to some serious problems. The only thing that Mark Gubrud pointed out is that maybe the United Nations Outer Space Treaty needs to ban some of these things. Things that are harmful, such as weapons in space. I'll be honest. That's the way it's going to be. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Every country needs to protect their own sovereignty in the middle of space. And, if you really think about it, maybe it's possible that no one's going to really give two fucks about the immediate space around the planet because the riches and all the good stuff is way past our atmosphere. It is way past our orbit. These guys don't want to fuck around in Earth orbit. They want to go out and get those gajillion-dollar meteors and things like that. They want to go explore. Now, when we get to another planet, this shit's going to hit the fan, right? Because who the fuck is going to claim Mars? If Elon gets there first, who's going to let him claim it? And who would he claim it for if it's not SpaceX? There's a problem brewing, and it might even be as close as the moon. Because I could see some shit go down on the moon that we can actually all watch from our backyards. So, I don't know. SpaceX is getting their shit together. We see that there's a silent war in space right now, which could turn into not so silent, but very technology-driven. And who is going to care about the little person? The guy sitting in his backyard when that 3-ton piece of satellite lands on him and takes out his whole friggin' house. Something to think about. This is the future, and it's going to get here way faster than what you think. This is the Tempest universe, and I just ruined your future. You're welcome. You're welcome. By the way, to you guys that were sitting around today thinking, oh, I should have taken that salsa class, this is for you.
Frijoles negros, comida
His guy, I mean, he's repeating the same food items over and over again, but it sounds so damn exciting. Like, if you didn't know Spanish, for fuck's sake, you'd be thinking he's, like, saving the world from his mamacita. I don't know. But I was like, what?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Yeah, he definitely did not have a discerning palate. But still, if you're shooting humans, or should I say Mars equipment, or satellites, or robots, or rovers, or Perseus to Mars, is it possible that we just contaminated the whole goddamn planet? And not just now, ever since we sent the first fucking piece of machinery up there, that we ended up putting our own version of aliens already on there. This is what's happening right now. So since we started throwing shit over at Mars, some of it don't even freaking make it, right? They crash across the face of the planet. And then all the other countries that actually made it and are up there in orbit, zoom in to see how the other countries failed. But about 30 spacecraft and landers have been to the red planet already. I mean, come on. That's a lot. Could you imagine? And some of these shits are not small. It's some big-ass mofos up there. But can you imagine how much microbes actually made it up there? There's a geneticist, Christopher Mason, who says, for fuck's sake, we're dumping a lot of microbes on there. And, NASA might claim that they have the cleanest equipment that goes up to Mars. But apparently not. Apparently what they say it is may not be exactly right, because according to Christopher Mason, no matter how hard NASA tries to clean, let's say, Perseverance, it took something up there. Maybe some coronaviruses, I don't know. Maybe it took the common flu or, a couple of amoebas. Nobody knows. But the idea is that by the time that we discover the fact that maybe we've dropped some Earth-like microbes on Mars, they probably already mutated, because studies have shown that in space that microbes, they turn to mutate pretty fast, and they multiply just the same. So is it possible that we accidentally left a bunch of earthly microbes on the planet? Hell yeah. I believe it. The article lets us know that JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, says that they're very precise, thorough controls, that they ensure that these spacecrafts are free from any organism. They don't like any freeloaders on their space missions, because, any little bit of weight that's off, there goes the damn spacecraft, right? But there were 2 studies that were conducted recently that show that maybe JPL is not right about that maybe they've actually allowed some organisms from the planet Earth to end up on Mars over the years. And microbial life could be contaminating Mars right now as we speak. And they are probably propagating like crazy. And we have a whole new species of microbial life up there thanks to us. And, for fuck's sake, for all we know, the microbes that we leave up there that mutate are probably killing off the shit that's already there. So there you go. Sucks for everyone. Thanks a lot, NASA. You fucked that pooch real good. Anyway, the article talks about the ISO cleaning levels, basically, international standards, right? So they start from number 1 and they go to number 9. Well, here's something interesting, right? The spacecrafts that are being built in these clean rooms are ISO number 5. They're not the cleanest. Not at all. So basically, if you run a space program, like you're at the local bar, you put the shit together, you put it on the launch pad, you're probably running an ISO number 9, which is the least cleanest of all. Like, nothing strict. I mean, you're freaking outside by the horses. You freaking wipe the shit down with your dirty shirt that has some bologna on it, and you shoot it up into space. Like you take apart a module from a booster just when you got out the shitter, and you put it on there and say, all right, let's shoot this puppy up. You're in ISO 9. Get it? You ISO? ISO 9. I could imagine that there's a lot of countries that are, playing with this. They have really, really low budgets. Because some of the NASA budgets are the really can buy full countries out there. But I could imagine some of these smaller countries probably have ISO 9s all over the place. And they're dumping microbes wherever they can. So it's just funny to think that maybe possibly that Earthlings have already carried microbes to all these other places that they've crashed their spacecrafts. And that these things are mutating and eventually could come back to haunt us in one way or another. This is the craziest idea. Do I believe this is possible? Hell yeah. Come on, let's be serious. We are creating the new aliens of the future generations right now. Like, we're going to end up on Mars and be attacked by a gigantic 30-foot amoeba that looks like the one that's in your drinking water right now. It's just nasty. Come on, JPL, you got to do better than that. You would think right now we are so good about, protecting each other from COVID-19, like the people that wear the mask like halfway and stuff like that. They only cover their nose, not their mouth. Those kind of things. And we're really good at protecting each other from, diseases. So I don't understand what's going on, really. It's just a very strange situation for me. Because I would think for sure that by now we'd learn our lesson. But as Percy is on Mars right now, trying to look for microbial life, it's very possible it's going to find its own hitchhikers that came from Earth. And really, back when Curiosity first landed on there was a big to-do with the NASA discovering the possibility of running water, like a small little bit of water, a little trickle, that was nearby the rover, and they actually decided not to go there because of the possibility that Curiosity may be contaminated. And there's rules against that. You don't want to contaminate the planet by running your machinery and you accidentally have hitchhikers on you. And guess what? Well, now we know that it's more than likely that every single freaking rover, anything that's ever crash landed on the planet, may have already had hitchhikers and is changing the planet in general. So, food for thought. These things are not so cut and dry. You see these guys in these white uniforms, covered from head to toe, like they're going to go after E.T., and they've got Elliot in some room. No, they're not so clean. Most of them hang out in the shitter all day on their cell phones, and then they go in and mess with the damn robots. I'm just saying, this is a true story, because the BBC would not lie about this. I promise you.
Is she a dream or in reality?
So let's have a recap for this next article, because one of your favorites, and I'll never play her music on here because I'm just not allowed to, Demi Lovato has been, talking to aliens for some time now. And she came out last fall and even during the summer, right? Because she in the fall decided to spend some time with Dr. Stephen Greer, the reptilian guy. Yeah. Why did she do that? Well, she was at Joshua Tree National Park contacting aliens using CE5. Yeah, she did. And before that, she was talking about all these aliens, UFOs that she's been seeing and spotting, throwing it all on Instagram. And then she decided that she needed to dig deep into the science of consciousness. And who better to take her there than the dude that has the CE5 app? And by the way, after she came out the closet regarding, the probations, she actually was out there promoting the CE5 app for Dr. Greer, super reptilian dude. Now listen, she wants to contact aliens peacefully because there's an ET civilization out there that just wants to help us. They want to cradle us in their bosoms or their 17s. They want to hold us tightly and tell us that we're fucking up the whole planet. And if we do, they'll take it away from us and eat our babies. I mean, honestly, come on. There's just no way that every single civilization out there, known or unknown, is going to be all gumdrops and jelly beans. What the hell is going on? Why does Stephen Greer believe this? I don't get it. But now Lovato is eating that shit up. She really is. And she's promoting it. This is crazy. Here's a quote from Lovato where she says, "This planet is on a very negative path towards destruction. But we, you and I, can change that together." Of course we could. That's what we say every year. If we were to get 1% of the population to meditate, is that the answer to everything? Let's all just meditate. 1%, we can do it. And make contact, because we have to make contact because they might be great out there, but if they don't even know we're trying to reach them, well, we're fucked. We would force our governments to acknowledge the truth about extraterrestrial life among us and change our destructive habits. Meanwhile, on the other side of this, Stephen Greer is not happy about this report that's supposed to be coming out to the folks in government, to the committee, because he believes fully that is the next step in making sure that we militarize space, that we show that ETs are all evil and dangerous, therefore empowering the government even more. The funny thing is, he's been saying this for such a long fucking time, it's kind of hard to ignore it now. But, the reptilian people, they know this stuff because they're kind of aggressive. So now let's come to today. That was back in October when she made that connection with Stephen Greer, handsome devil that he is. And now, Demi Lovato has landed herself a UFO investigation series. How the fuck does this happen? I don't understand. You know how many people have been out there claiming that they've communicated with UFOs and aliens and have been, for lack of a better term, probed and sexually assaulted for years since they were children? But yet Demi Lovato goes through a rough patch in her life and she connects to the unconscious of aliens, and now she's got a whole fucking series, a docu-series, 4 episodes on the Peacock network. You can't write this stuff. This is just crazy. Apparently it's going to be called Unidentified with Demi Lovato. Funny that Unidentified is one of Greer's documentaries, right? Or is it Unidentified, Unacknowledged? I don't know what the hell it is. If you're reptilian, it's all of the above. Like, nobody knows who the hell you are anyway, right? Sorry, I had to take a quick drink. But there you are. So maybe you might be looking forward to this. Now, apparently it's going to be unscripted. There is no script. She's going to go out. She's going to meet people who are, as they say, experts in the field. to uncover the truth about UFOs. Leading experts. I want you to make a bet that one of those is Stephen Greer. And who knows who else? But you've got Demi Lovato leading the charge now. The only thing I can say about this is it's possible that this unidentified project by Demi Lovato might bring the subject of UFOs and the phenomena to the public. Because people idolize Lovato. And then some of them are drugged up. I understand the majority, But very possibly, these guys could be the ones leading the charge for the future of UFOs. And let's be honest, most of them will probably just want to be probed anyway. So they will look forward to this. I'm sure about it. This is the end of the podcast today. I don't think I'll watch that series at all. Not really interested in Lovato and her groupies trying to reach the friendly ETs that are the non-probing kind. I just wonder if one day during a CE5 event, someone's going to grab on to an ET that gives no fucks like in the movie series Aliens and really get the shit scared out of them permanently, because this is just nuts. I just can't believe that every single alien out there is peaceful, loving, kumbaya. And really, let's be honest, we need Space Force, because the truth is that we have to be ready for the ones that aren't so friendly. And if we all sit around smoking the peace pipe, we pretty much will be fucked. Guaranteed. Until next week, ciao, adios, farewell, and what can I say?
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
next track is for you guys that have had your cars and the roof of your house pummeled by hail. Because you know what? This is what I am.